again. This is Hawkeye for Hawkeye's Vintage Collectibles, old comics and cards. And we're continuing our series today. In this episode, we'll be saluting our great American Indian hero, and you'll recognize Harold J. Smith, or Tonto, Jay Silverheels. I happened to run across the statue of Tonto, the character Tonto, on his stallion Scout, and one of the comics in the Lone Ranger series told how he was able to obtain Scout. But Harold J. Smith is a very interesting individual. He won the Golden Gloves tournament, got second place in the Golden Gloves tournament in 1938. He was best known for being a lacrosse player, though, and he was either the son of or grandson of a Mohawk chief. A couple of my sources mentioned two different things. So he was of the American Mohawk tribe. But here he is. He's in a movie with Alan Ladd, a movie called Saskatchewan, and a very colorful movie, by the way, about the Royal Mounted Police. You might enjoy watching that sometime. Saskatchewan. I think Shirley Temple was in that also. But my interest today with you is to present some of these comics that Tonto was in. And here's the number one. It's called number full color 312. But this is the first, it's actually number one in a series of about 33 issues. It starts over with number two, and Dale was the one that put out issues, and I'll show you some of those. Here's number two, actually. It's number two, and the artist is Ernest Nordley. He was a great artist back in those days. This was in excellent shape. I was very happy to get that. And then here's probably my favorite cover of Tonto. This is number three, and a lot of good adventures in that comic too. But Tonto had his own series of comics, and the Lone Ranger shows up in them once in a while. Here's number 6, came out in 1952. All of these happened around in the early 50s, late 40s. And then here's number 4, I believe, number 4, Tonto, same artist. But I noticed when I was reading the Tonto comics, in the TV series, he wore one gun on his right hip, but in the comic series, he wears 2 guns. So I don't know what's up with that. It's just a difference in opinion about what he ought to wear, I guess. And then here's number 5, I believe. No, this is number 14. Same artist again, 1954. Very colorful covers, and the artist, the artwork in these comics was excellent. Now here's a double cover. Now it actually was, another cover was stapled on it by accident when it went through the printing process, I guess. This came out in 1954. This is number 15, but it has a double cover. A lot of times these outer covers would make the inner cover stay in better condition. So sometimes you might have a fine cover on the outside, but a very fine or even a mint cover on the inside. I've enjoyed looking for double cover comics down through the years. Here's another double cover. This is number 17. Beautiful art in it also. It came out in 1955. But that's in the Tonto series. It's called The Lone Ranger's Companion, Tonto, and later it was just changed to Tonto. So they promoted him a little bit, I guess, there. And then here's actually a near mint or mint copy of number 18, and it came out in 1955 also. These are all good comics. Now, in the Dell series, there was a Lone Ranger's Western Treasury, and in this particular issue, they tell how Tonto was able to find his horse Scout, and it also tells about the Lone Ranger's silver mine. So you might enjoy those comics on Tonto, these old vintage comics. I hope you will have happy trails in finding some of these old American Indian comics. And in the meantime, as Roy says, may the good Lord take a liking to you. Give me a like.